Good afternoon. It's Whimsical Wednesdays chat and channeling with Chloe Ariell. This is a community service announcement. I will be getting on the stage here and doing some oracle readings. It is raining currently in Australia, in Brisbane. I can hear the rain falling down on my head. Okay. All right. I'm just going to poke around a little bit and see where things are. Do 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 do. Well, just wondering if I can get a few people on. So I'm just going to post my thing. Any problems that you have, I can work it out with the oracle cards. Now, I have got PayPal. And look, I don't always come on like on the regular, but it is Wednesday. And I got asked the other day, oh, geez, like jot down a script. And oh yeah, whoopsie. Don't mind me. It's also Mercury retrograde. So there's might be a few interesting things. Okay, there we go. Do that. Copy. Ding-a-ling-a-ring-a-ding. If anyone's watching, make a comment if you like. Hi, Justina Cott. I hope you can see what my I think I've got a teleprompter thing on. Show comments on stage. All right, press that page. All right, I'm on Instagram too, which is pretty cool. So welcome to everyone on Instagram. Yay. Hi, Justina Cott. Are you in Australia? I think I'm in Instagram. Or I think it might be having trouble streaming to Instagram. Try and create a new thingy. Oh God. I don't know. Oh, you're in whereabout are you? Justina Cott. Okay. All right. Sorry. Technical things. Would you like to have Justina Cott? Is that how you say it? It's like Justine Ackett. Right. Is that what it's like? Justina Cott? Justine Ackett. That's probably how you say it, right? No? I'll get rid of that. It's got a funny little jot down script notes to use during live stream. I don't need to do that. So what's happening for you at the moment, Justina Cott? Yeah? We're going to put your thing up on the front. I am in Victoria. Justina Cott. There you go. Yeah, I don't know about here, but it's just like, I don't know. Just I think right now it feels like Mercury retrograde is working its way through just everything, like technical issues, car, applying for jobs, not getting them, people not calling you back, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. But hopefully today, at least we've got two streaming sites. We've got Facebook and YouTube. So that is at least two. I think sometimes it's easier if you do like early afternoon. So Justine, do you want me to Justina, did you want me to look at something? Can you actually see my face or is it going all weird? Poking around a little bit. Comment. Hi, Wizard Wickus, how are you? What was this? I saw you with the other lady the other day. Who said I saw you with the other lady the other day? Oh, really? Justina Cott? Yeah. Oh, you mean with Missy Hill? Yeah, when we did our global grid works. Yes, I can looking good. Oh, we look good? Okay, good to know. Because on my thing is like a weird teleprompter thing covering my face. So if I press that button, oh yay, that goes away. Phew. So I'm in my new place. There's my drum. There's all my oracle cards. And I've got like a dolphin here. It's a lot better in my new place. So I can do more readings and be a bit freer, because the last place was okay, but it's like someone else's kind of space. You know what I mean? So now it's just like, this is my space. I can actually get on here and do more oracle readings. It's not just about oracle readings. And what does this say? I'm doing fantastic. Let's have a look at Wizard's comment. I'm doing fantastic. There's some high energy vibes this evening. Oh, good. Like the solar flares and stuff. I definitely feel the high vibrations. It's like really extreme for me. It's like a lot of solar flares, a lot of white light. But in that white light and all the solar flares, can I get an amen that the shit is going to come up? Not just within you, but like in society in general. Do you know what I mean? I take these glasses off. Might not be able to see things, but you don't get the reflector things in your glasses. All right. Just came out of Julia's. All right. Julia's always got a live on, It's good. What's making the camera kind of bouncy? Because I've got the camera on a mirror thing, and it's kind of like moving now. We're just going to let it stop. And I've got the incense over here. So I am doing, I've got my PayPal here. So if people want a reading, I'd be happy to do one. Just even of $1 or something. Hi, Seal Cola. So you're already in your new place. Yes, I moved yesterday. I don't have a lot of stuff. So before I went to America, and hi, Justina and James. Hi, everyone. We're like a little community here. I love this online community. We kind of like hop and skip around to other places like Missy's shows, Julia's, Rob's, and it's like I'm the Australian version. Happy to represent. Yeah. Okay. What was I going to say? I'm excited that there's people here. It's great. Yay. It is a community. It really is. Because we're a special kind of awake bunch, and I think there's a bit of isolation in that, and just knowing about stuff when the rest of the population just wants to go to sleep. Want to sleep, I don't know. I try to analyze it today. I'm always analyzing, but I think sometimes you just got to go, it is what it is. Just go with the flow, man, What's that low yup Chloe vibe with our tribe? So true, right? I was going to do a little bit of a reading for Justina, because just to do it, right? And like we hear, and I really do enjoy it. And look, I just feel like this is also, guys, like this is a safe way for me to, instead of telepathing, right? Because I did the telepathy, and I actually had a client come, and she's like, you were doing telepathy for every week there for ages. And I said, yes. And she goes, and then you just disappeared. Like, I didn't disappear. I just went offline for about 1.5 years because of targeting. It was hectic, right? Just trying to, So now I just feel like oracle reading's kind of like a safe container. That's what I'm trying to say, that I can still do this work, right? And telepathy and the downloads will come as we're talking and when I'm doing the readings for people. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, say hi. Yay. Lol, yup, Chloe. Okay. Oh, no. Why is it saying, oh, no? Oh, no. Oh, yes. It's moving. So I can bring it down. Do you want me to see what it's like? You got it right? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. So do you want me to do a bit of a reading, Justina? Hot. Just because you're the first one here, just think it. What do you want it around? By the way, I'm doing readings on Rob's show tomorrow, which is American time, 9 p.m. So it's going to be quite late. So yeah, I'm back on Rob's show tomorrow. And yeah, my house, it's got a really cool like second room. Damn it. Oh, 7. Oh, thanks. Ring a ding ding. Thanks, Wizard Whitkus. You gave me some money, so I'll give you a reading, all right? But we'll start off with Justina because she came here early, right? First in, best dressed, all right? What did she say? I was heading to the hospital that day and you were alive and you told me to hold my friend's hand during the passing, and that was unbelievable. Yeah. Thank you. And I'm glad. Let's have a look at what she says. Yeah, Justina. Thank you. You really got it. Yeah. and you were alive. Oh, on alive, yeah. And I'm alive, yeah. And he told me to hold my friends during the passing, yeah. Yeah, she needed that. That's a comfort, if someone's going through that transition to the other side. I want to make sure that I want my hand held too. And just like animals, we don't leave the animals and just walk away because we're in shock. We want to be our friend to our animal if we've got an animal that's passing in the vet or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Job and health, as my account is empty. Or accountant. Your accountant is empty? Oh, yeah. So Justina just had someone who passed. Um, so and she's been a beautiful friend and helped her friend along the way. You know what I mean? It's quite interesting in our society because we don't, especially in our Western society, there's not a lot of space for people to go through that ritual or that transition of the death transition. It's all like behind closed doors, and it's just bizarre. I want to make sure there's a whole bunch of people, like we have a party before I go, and I'll be like, I'll tell you what it's like. I'll come through and let you guys know with a little tap tap on the window or something. Do you know what I mean? Like a white feather or some butterflies or a bird or something, just to say, hey, I'm just on the other side, just waiting for you to come and join me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. He said, and Justina said he suffered a lot, but he kept his energy, was around me and very telepathic. Yeah, beautiful. We polish here, Chloe. Excuse Polish or polish. Silly autocorrect. Oh no, it's so annoying. Swear to God, people have been saying I've got really bad spelling, but I swear it's like I don't know. Spell check is like done on purpose, man. Like it's not my bad spelling. I'm telling you. Like I'm writing something 3 times and it's still coming out with, like, you wrote account, right? And it said accountant. And it's like, it's so annoying, even if you have to write it 3 times. What's this say? I still haven't used any of the pain meds. What was that? Oh, they gave me for the hernia surgery. I had really, wow, you're pretty strong then. Hey. He was from India and everything was done very quickly in the cold. So it was a bit different. Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, it's moving a bit because what I'm doing, maybe I should show you guys. Oh, maybe actually I probably don't touch anything because it might just all, yeah. So it's swinging a little bit because I literally have my iPad and there's this like mirror with a light around it and it's kind of being held there because it's just like the perfect angle, right? I'm just glad that I'm going to turn up on the Wednesdays, right? Like I did years ago, right? Like I did years ago, and we'll see what happens. Sometimes you might get the telepathy that jumps in. Okay, it's happening now. We are moving through a very transitional time in your history or period of history on the earth. The planet is evolving into a much more of a currently volatile place, but in that volatility, at the same time, there is a spark of new life. There is a new growth. There is people just like you, Chloe, and the people that are watching you that want to move towards something different, something new. It is like walking through the desert and having no water and just holding out until you get that water. That's what it's like for a lot of people now. It's like you've been walking through the desert, there's no water, and there's like the clothes are bedraggled off you. It's beating down with the sun, and there's no water. And the water is the new world, right? That's what it feels like to me. Okay. Hi. Julia. I'm actually getting on and doing my Whimsical Wednesdays. It's just a miracle. So we're just nice to see you. What's that? I used the eye roll too much. I didn't mean it. All right. I didn't see anything. It's all good. Right. So I'm just going to go to Justina Cott. And we're just doing a little bit of a reading. And then I'm going to go to Wizard Whitkus. Right. Justina Cott. Justina Cott. I'm wondering about skill sets, Justina, because I'm getting here like master, but it's upside down. And it's about looking at the skill sets that you actually have, right? I feel like there is a skill set. You tell me if I'm wrong. Is this like knitting? Oh my God, I'm back again. So sorry. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Touch wood. I'm not touching anything. Oh my God. Sorry. Okay. So Justina says, what the heck is happening? Sorry. It's called Mercury retrograde. We're back again. I have no idea what happened. I think the internet just went out and then back on again. Oh well. Um, I want to ask Justina about her skill sets and things. Is the feeling is a need to grow on a skill set that you already have and really work on it, like a master of many skill sets. What is it? A jack of a lot of skill sets, but a master of none. So it's like I want to. There's one that you don't think is like that important. What's this? They don't want Justina knowing her powers, possibly, right? So, Justin, does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So, what is the skill set do you feel that you could really grow, right? Even if it's crochet or something like that, it's like something where you have it. You don't think it's that important, but it's actually a good skill set that you can build upon. Something creative is something creative that you can build upon because there's a call or a need for that. Right. And you're going to grow love out of it. You're just going to love it because you need a bit of passion in your life. It doesn't have to be romantic passion because it's upside down like this, right? When it's in regard to what we're talking about growing skill sets so you can make a career. What's this? I found out last year that I was pretty good working with students with special needs. Yes. And I've really made a collection. It was really super amazing. Okay. That feels like that's what it is, right? You're going to love it. It's a passion of yours. Pretty good working with students with special needs, and I've really made a collection. It was really super amazing. So you're making a sort of collection of something or collection of people? Is that what it is? Oh, but you absolutely love art and craft. That's the thing that I want to connect with. It's the art and the craft, right? That's your key. And it's a key out of poverty. It's like you can build upon scrapbooking, running scrapbooking classes, teaching that, doing workshops. It's like you don't think it's that important, but it's actually a skill set that people want. And it says connection. Yes, connection, building connections with other people, or is that my internet connection? Is my internet connection okay? So far, so good. Instagram's not working, but look, I'm going with the flow because it's Mercury retrograde. Things are going to happen like that, right? But I do feel, Justina, go with the art and crafts, all right, and build upon it. Believe and succeed. It's something that you do that builds community. And yes, you'll get work around disability support, but it's like if you have a workshop and people come to that class and they love it, it could be really fruitful. I can hear abundance. Okay. Thanks, Justina. That got it sort of the tracks. I'm oiling up the wheels, right? Okay, Wizard Witkiss. I think I checked the message and that's what happened. And then it just decided to not work. Okay, I'm going to go back to PayPal. Okay. Okay, Wizard James. All right. Every time I see you in spirit, wizard outfits. Not just because your name's got wizard on it, right? We still, yes, we are so right in the middle of Mercury retrograde. Oh, you do not have to accept the Mercury retrograde primary. It's true, but it's like things happen and then I go, this is way too many things happening in regards to this. Sometimes I'll have a really good Mercury retrograde, right, by the way. But if you've got a lot of Virgo in your chart, which I do, which is Mercury, ruled by Mercury, and I think Gemini as well, it can either go really good or really crap, so. But so far, so good. I moved into a house, moved into, things are starting. So I think it's a good one. So you're right. You don't have to take the programming. So let's go to Wizard Witkiss, James. Finding balance. Aren't we all finding balance? There's definitely a need to find balance. That's what I'm feeling, that if we were to look at a few aspects of your life, there are some things that are out of balance, right? I feel probably the emotions and people needing to have more friends. Even if you got friends here, but it's like something about the emotion, even if it's a partner and family, because it feels like, some of these are like good, but then there's one that's completely like non-existent. You know what I mean? So I was just reflecting and looking upon that. What is that? Righteous Bishop says, I'm a Gemini sun and I'm usually really good during Mercury retrograde. It's just the damn electronics that like to muck around. Exactly, right? Oh, the deck of cards that I've got, Julia. I tend to like using this one. It's by John Holland and it's the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. I like it. I've got other ones, like when I'm going on Rob Show, I feel like I've got to use the animal cards. What does it say? I have a couple of yods, or what is it? Fingers. What is it? Finger of God in my chart. I'm not really sure. What does that mean? Sorry, it's like moving a little bit. Can't get it perfect. We got a little bit of a rainbow light. Does that make sense, James? There's some areas that need to be put into balance. And there's a newspaper in front of you, and it is about media, I suppose, maybe taking some time either. Let me have a look at what they mean by that. Taking some time off media? No. About getting onto media, writing. Do you write? Are you a writer, Wizard? I wonder about that. Have you thought about doing your own show or something to do with media? Because I'm getting like a newspaper in front of me and I'm trying to figure out what that means. Strengthening bonds. Have you thought about doing something like this, like getting onto like a live and doing things yourself? Because sometimes I feel like the people that, historically used to follow me and I went like quiet for like a year and a half, they all started like doing their own channels and shows. Hi, terrible writer. There is a newspaper in front of you and it is to do with media. And it is about thinking about perhaps hosting your own show, getting on like a podcast or something like this, right? I'm going to a music festival next month. Okay. Music festival. It's about being seen and it's about delivering and not realizing that you do have something to share just through your presence. And I wonder what that is. Because I've got strengthening bonds here. So perhaps at this festival, you meet some people in regards to like podcasting and like journalism and that sort of thing, right? Just something to think about. It's something in the back of your mind. And something that I think is growing, right? Because you need to build those connections, friendships, and it even could be like you helping to run these events, right? So events, media, getting out there, the public eye, because when it comes to balance, it will bring more balance into your life. Because currently, I feel like those connections are a bit out of balance because we've got the share the love, but it's upside down. Does that make sense? It's the emotionality thing that we had before. We need more community in the places where you live, okay? Because a lot of us, like, we all get along, but we're all like in different parts of the world. Do you know what I mean? And so just releasing that. There are more awake people in the community and around. So I'm well known when I go to music festival. That's good. You're volunteering. Okay, cool. All right, but just something to think about there is an opportunity, and I feel like it is possibly at this event, right? So to either write, do something in regards to media. Perhaps you're just someone who holds the mic and goes, okay, we're going to go live now. Here we are at so and so music festival. It's like, don't be shy. It's an opportunity that comes. Okay. Just have it in the back of your mind. Because people need to hear you, see you, feel you, if that makes sense. Right. Because when you've got the healing energy, people feel it from you. And it's like, that's why Spirit says to me, you have to get online and you have to go live because people need your presence right now. You know, that's what I get told. Okay, cool. Sorry. Hi, Aussie Angie. Hey, Chloe. How are you? You're back in Australia now. Oh, we're going to go to Julia now. Can I get guidance on my recent dramas and free advertising on other channels, please? Okay. Da-da-da. Oh, cool. The comments are actually coming up there. That's so cool. Yeah. So Wizard, I feel like I had to say this now. And it came through the cards because if I didn't say it, I feel like maybe there'd be a missed opportunity because it'd be like, James, it would be like, oh, no, I'm too shy for that. Or you've got these kind of pre-existing ideas about what you are, like, oh, I'm an introvert, da, 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 da. It's like, no, if the opportunity is coming up, there's a reason for it, and it's a part of your path. Okay. All right. Okay. I just had to keep on saying that because it felt like, oh, I'm not sure if he's going to quite get it, says someone in the back of my mind here. It feels like a guide, and I'm like, well, I'll say it again to him. He'll understand. Right. Okay, cool. All right. You may not know, but it will happen. There's some opportunity. Okay, enough. Julia now. Okay, dramas. I didn't get to see, by the way, Julia, those comments. I did look for them. I was like, yeah. You know that show in the 80s, Dynasty or something like that? That's kind of what it feels like, some bitch slapping. Something. You're going, oh, I just want to watch that. I heard that episode was really good. Sorry to laugh. It's really not good. But it does feel like competition and someone's existing in we should say not a grown person is existing coming from the wounded child. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, let me just get here. He didn't deserve it. That's what I can feel because he got well-deserved reward, but upside down. He didn't deserve that. It was really unnecessary. But the thing is, look, how shining you are. How shiny up the top here. Woohoo, yeah, having success. It'd be great if it came back into monetary success. People think that, like, because we're public and live, that we're rolling in the money somehow. But this is why, and this is what happened. It was really unnecessary that happened. We all know that. And so, okay. So the way to do it is not to go into the BS, right? You keep your head above, control, right? Self-control. It's a lesson and not joining in with drama, seeing it for what it is, okay? And you just send, obviously you send compassion. to those parts of self that they feel insecure. Yeah, right. I don't know all the ins and outs of the drama, can I just say, right? Um, thank you for that. I don't know all the ins and outs of the drama, but there is, I want to go into the eyes and the back here. You're being observed by other sort of observers, if that makes any sense to you, because I need to speak in a little bit of code, right? You're being observed and you're making waves, okay? So, you know what they do? They send out their little entities through other people, and people who are weak and who have no sense of self-control feel that those emotions are theirs and that it's justified in their behavior, if that makes sense, right? So the tip here is to have self-control, which you do have, right? And what was the part? Free advertising on other channels. What does that mean? Free advertising on other channels. Tell me a bit more about that. On show James. On show James, yeah, I feel like. Yeah. I bring the missing pieces, says James. So yeah. It might be that you get to go on a radio because I feel like you're talking, James. Anyway, back to Julia. Self-control, it's just showing the maturity because you come with that sense of I know who I am and what I'm about. And it's the thing is not to get swayed by the wind, swayed by even the comments and the people around you. Just know thyself to be true. It feels like that, right? You're here to teach, right? You're a good teacher. You're a very good teacher, actually. And you've got your purple flame, yeah? So I really liked when I was on the show the other day, you're like, doesn't matter. If anyone says my name, it's going to vibrate the purple flame, purple flame. Yeah. And I like that because it was really turning it around, right? Don't give it any more energy than it deserves, right? Okay. And I don't know all the ins and outs of all the business. Yeah. Hi, Rainbow Flame. Angie, I'm going to do a reading for next. Hi, Rainbow Wizard. Very good reading, Chloe. I've had a lot of suggestions for writing or doing a show. Okay, great. And, even though I went away for like a year and a half from my previous show, the people that used to watch me a lot, they all started their own shows. It was like I was teaching and inspiring other people, like James and Jim and Matt, and a few other people. Julie, the crowd is here is so cool. Yeah. Hi, Rainbow Flame. I didn't have time to change it. He says, like myself. What are we saying? Like me, a Shiloh rabbit. Once I get going, God, there's a storm. Okay, so back to Aussie Angie. So it's swinging a little bit because I've got my iPad kind of on this mirror that has the coolest lights around it. It might be my studio. Damn it, it wasn't supposed to show that part. All right, don't worry about it. There's nothing to see here. Nothing at all. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go with Aussie Ange. And I'm going to put her comment up, swinging a little bit. All right. What is that you'd like to talk about? And I know you, Angie. And I'm hearing health. But you may want to do something else. I'm not sure. I can hear a garden and flowers. And I'm wondering if that's a flower essence or is it going to be you getting out into nature? No. Is it about getting herbs? Yeah. Is it about health, Angie? Because I can do stuff for that. So flower essence, herbal remedy. And we have to say this is for entertainment purposes only. And I'm actually getting the herb white sage. A lot of people just see that white sage is used as a smudge, but white sage can actually be put in a herbal tincture or a tea to drink. it'd be very good, entertainment purposes only, that's coming through. And I don't know how far we are up on the comment, so I think I gotta press that button. I watched it, Anchor Haven, talking about me. Oh wow. Oh dear. Creating ripples, and some of those ripples become waves of change. Yeah. I'm a mentor. That's nice. Thank you. I find Chloe very grounding and inspiring. Oh, thanks. Can we donate towards a phone stand? Look, while you're on here, like, because it's not that I haven't been doing this on the regular. And look, when I did do my show, I just had a mobile phone and walked through the forest. And for some reason, man, I think Angie must have seen it. Like, yeah, like it was like next level, like Dolly. My hand just like knew where to go. So here, I'll take it down. Here we go. Here's the stand. But see how far down it is? It's not very flattering. If I turn it around, there you go. Is that better? Tell me if that's better. It does actually look better. And I don't really like the angle. Let's go this way. So yeah, I'm actually getting for you, Angie, white sage as a drink, because there's a white light energy will come through it, and it's really good for your throat. And it's not just like a one size fit all when you're working with herbs or the natural kingdom, right? It's going to be specific for whatever is going on with you, for entertainment purposes only. So obviously, yeah, you've told me what it is now. I knew it already. Future work and health. Future work, love, health, yes, please, whatever you would like to take away. So yeah, we got the white sage. I can hear awaiting results. But I can see the woman, he's the medicine woman, right? She's in the garden. And it is the white sage energy. I want you to plant a garden. I don't know if you have a garden now, but I want you to be grounded, because you've got a higher galactic energy, hybrid feeling, and you need to anchor all of that energy in, because you affect, like me, right? The people around you wherever you go, okay, in a positive way. So, with all that beautiful energy, we need to get some grounding. So, putting hands in dirt and in the garden, or getting your shoes off and grounding that light energy that is coming through very powerfully at the moment. Continue doing your work, future work. I don't know. I feel like health today. It says love, health, yes, whichever way. For me, it feels like those two are the main things to talk about now, is white sage and gardening and grounding that energy. You've got a lot of like an upgrade happening, like a lot of light coming in. Okay. You got J Pedro Costa Calica 2706. I've got a PayPal also. If you would like to donate, just it's in the comments. I think probably post comment. Let me just put it in. And I'll just put the PayPal details there. I don't have a moderator currently, so cool. That's good. So Anchor Haven, same, just rise above it. You'll be all right. It's just childish, and someone's not getting the attention that they want to get, or trying to, it's silly. You know what I mean? I don't even know the ins and outs of it. That's what it feels like to me. You're bigger than that. I'm bigger than that, yo. I liked your forest walking with the phone. So did I. It was great until the crap went on. I have a garden. I need more grounding. Yeah, you need more grounding. Really got to put your hands in the soil. You've got an upgrade about to happen, or if not already happening. Someone mentioned earlier there's a lot of light coming here at the moment. I can feel that. A lot of solar flares, but they're coming with a lot of upgrades. We really need it on this planet, like quick, smart, Okay, some lyrics from a song just popped into my head. You see the traces on their faces of the things they want to be that only you can see. Don't know if you can hear that ambulance going by. Far out. That's where I live. It's very loud. Yeah, I just posted the link. So you grounded all of us, really, now. So just if you're wanting a reading, just to other people that are jumping in now, just donate to the PayPal and then we'll go from there. Lives in the hood. I totally live in the hood right now. What? There's like hardly any places that are affordable here. So I'm really grateful that I got this place. And it's wooden and it's got 2 rooms and it's, not expensive, but I want to start my practice. You know what I mean? Again, there's still ambulances going on. Oh, they've stopped outside. Hang on. We'll be all right. I'm going to close the door here so you don't hear it as much. Mercury retrograde. Oh, of course the door doesn't close. That's why it's only one person meant to live here. You know what I mean? Julia, do you live in the hood as well? Yeah. What's this? Yes, I've been getting upgraded from the solar flares. Yeah, you have. I mean, look, Aussie Angie, I feel like if you started your own psychic practice, like what I'm doing, you would just be amazing, right? Because Aussie Angie is a natural psychic and does it for free for everyone, which you can do because it's your natural self. But I feel like that's a thing. But I think the career reading is a whole other thing. I think right now it's just time to rest and relax and then see what's going to happen or what's going to come to you. It's not time to jump into the next thing. You don't need to jump into the next thing to keep busy. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, we get called to the rough areas to heal them. Oh, great. I have to say, Julia, I used to live in Perth, Western Australia, and before the lockdown in Melbourne, I got called there and I did not want to go. I was getting dragged, kicking and screaming, and they said, where it is darkest, it needs your light. And I was like, do I have any choice in this or do I have to go? Like I was having an argument with spirit and they're like, you have to go. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to go, then you make sure you support me in every step of the way. But it was rough. It was actually quite difficult. Do you know what I mean? Solar flares give off, what are you saying? Yeah. Solar flares give off gamma waves and they can turn on or off latent, DNA. I agree with that. Rainbow on the fire and the little witchy. Yo. I did 2 coffee readings today. Spot on. Of course, I did not charge. Of course, you didn't charge. Angie, that's the thing. Start charging. All right. Because your skill set is valuable. So, if you want to, you've got a career. I mean, your skill set's amazing. So, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people who are gifted, right? And I can talk even creatively gifted or even singing or anything like that. They underestimate. And the thing is, our society does not give payment or time in bursts to creatives or psychics. I don't know what the hell that is. It's like you have to demand. I've had so many of my artworks like taken or stolen and people just expecting me to do free work, right? The wizard says, I've been to Perth a couple of times when I was in the Navy. Wow. Yeah. Thank you. No issues. Angie, of course. Well, I'm just going to go on for like an hour. We've got another half an hour to go, right? So I think we've got a few other people on there, but I don't think anyone else is like, not that it's all of it, right? But I'm just saying, like, there's something in it when you charge, you're valuing your own gifts and abilities. So then other people value what you have to bring. Do you know what I'm saying? Aussie Angie, and I feel like I'm saying this for a few people now, actually. We're saying it for everyone here. When you first start doing healings and people like Rainbow Flame Wizard, I know, like when you start doing healings and things like that, one thing that you'll feel weird about is charging people because there's this It's not right thinking, right? Especially for our day and age, that they believe that spiritual people shouldn't charge. They should just do things for free. We don't live in a world like that, you know? We don't live in a world like that. You know, this is people pay for time. And when you do oracle readings and things like that, it's like I could do it for free, but um it is my time. So there you go. Did tell you that I brought the flower extract? Yes, you did. I'm glad you did, Rainbow Flame, the bluebell. I'm glad you did, because we did a session the other day, a soul session. Obviously I'm not going to go into your details, but it came forth that we needed to get a flower extract essence from Europe. Very specific, but yeah, it's really good. Yeah, bluebells. Oh, appreciate your friendship and guidance, Chloe. Love you. Love you too, Angie. Of course. You're on the level, man. And it's so good to have, because I felt okay. I feel like I'm whispering to my friends. I'm whispering to my friends. I felt the other day that we're definitely going from third dimension to fifth dimension. It's like you got more obviously two different sort of sets of people. Like some people, I'm talking to them and they're not hearing a single thing I'm saying. And I'm talking slow and I'm talking and I'm saying, "Hi there, I would like to get a coffee, please." And they're like, "What?" And like, "Hi there, I would like a coffee." "What?" And you're like, I am saying it so clear and succinct. I don't understand why they can't hear me. But I'm thinking, are we actually fading out into the fifth dimension? It was like the other day when I put the purple light around me in the medical office, dentist, and I disappeared. I disappeared. They didn't see me there for an hour and a half. I was waiting an hour and a half. So just be careful about where you shield. I was shielding, but I shielded too well that I went invisible. It's crazy. What's that? I read, seal collar. Ah, is the plumber free? Huh? Yeah. Ah, energy is sacred and appreciated and fully compensated. Exactly. Haha, Silk, that is your brain. They are on a different wavelength. Okay, is that why? Right, totally different wavelength. What? We must make money. Still sort of in the 3D. Like, I'd actually like to have a part-time 3D job, right? But like, I don't get it. Like, it's just not happening. I think once you've sort of left the matrix and you're doing your own thing, and to come back is really hard. Because I was living out in the middle of the bush, way up in far north Queensland, doing all my oracle reading soul sessions on a farm, right? And now I'm back in the city and there's ambulances. So this is just how it is, Bilocating. Yeah, Rainbow. Okay. So look, I know that we said pay for the thing, but that's for the other people that were on here. Thank you. But if anyone else, if you're hard up for, cashish, I'm happy just to and thank you for the people that did donate. I appreciate that. But is there anyone else that would want a reading? We don't have to do these cards. Was that, you look so happy when you met TKB? Was that your first time? What was that? I'm going to read this out. Was that your first time in the US? Yes, it was. See, I went to Hawaii, Mount Shasta, Sedona. I was going to go to that conference in where is that conference again? In Rise of the Guardians in Sedona, but yeah, some things happened where I just didn't feel good enough, not just safe enough actually to go. I followed my gut and I'm glad I did, because it sounds like people got a little bit blasted there, but you know what I mean. And then I went to Tennessee to see Jim and Matt, and I didn't get to go up to see Rob, just because I think I just started getting like, I needed to get back to Australia. One, I was running out of money, and two, I actually felt, I felt homesick. Oh, Arno. Thanks, Arno. Okay, let's do Arno a reading. I'm going to do this at least once a week, guys. Try and I didn't do it last week because I was busy doing something, my business thing. Helicopters coming over. Must be doing something right. But we are in the middle of the city, and the hospital's like right there. So that's why all the ambulances are going by. Thanks, John Townsend. Keep up good work, hun. That's really lovely. It's really nice. You look so happy. Yes, I was happy. The information here is provided about the vehicle or the driver of the vehicle. It would be the same as having a mechanic work on your car. Yes, thank you very much. And I now understand what you meant before about the plumber, right? So you don't invite a plumber to your house and say, "Hey, can you work on my pipes for me?" Just got 20 minutes free. So people respect the fact that the plumber has to get all the tools out, get all the parts and do the job like the labor. Yeah, but people don't appreciate, other, you know, spiritual work, we could say. Anyway, enough of that. We understand. Or I just want to say that singers or creatives as well get the same thing. Because because I used to sing, don't tell anyone. I did sing. I do sound healing now. So I still am a musician in my own way, and a creative artist, but I use it more in all the psychic arts. Because if you got that, it's a form of channeling anyway, right? Okay, so I'm going to read for Arno, but I just wanted to make that point, right? It doesn't seem to be appreciated or reciprocated, but you can change that by saying, no, I don't do that. I don't work for free. You know what I mean? Feel into what the message needs to be, Chloe. I trust our spirit guides will bring the right things forward. Grateful. Oh, thanks, Arno. Okay. What can you hear in my voice? I can hear it in your voice. Oh, the fact that all that has happened. Yeah, maybe. Okay, Arno. I'm seeing you work, and I know you've told me before, you work in your workplace, right? There's a workplace, you deal as almost hospital-y or nursing and stuff like that. I think you may have told me, I'm not quite sure. Oh, singing, you can hear it in my voice. Okay, I get you. Oh, that's very nice. Yes, I used to sing. I do still sing. Sometimes I get the ukulele and get in there and do it. Because songs just come to me. Like I can do a whole 6-7 minute song and I have no idea. It just comes through the verses, the lyrics, everything, it's a form of channeling. Elderly home night nurse, I can see that, okay? And it's like, okay, and you've been there for a while, but just being sure about dotting your I's and crossing your T's, making sure every little thing's in its place. And I can see vials of something, and it's like the vials of blood or something, and it's got like a sticker on the outside, and it's like you've got to put something in the numbers, because I'm getting that it's like, do you worry about that, or you've been in the job for a while? It's just sort of like showing that it needs meticulous things need to be put into place, because perhaps that someone's watching. I don't know. Is that Arno doing his job right with all the crossing of the T's and the dotting of the I's? Do you know what I'm saying? 11 years. Okay. That's a long time to be working there, but just making sure that, because if they do some sort of an audit, I don't know, there's something that you're doing that sometimes you just tick, 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 and it's like if they do an audit, it has to be perfect. If that makes any sense to you whatsoever, don't worry about it too much, but just seeing things that you do on a everyday basis. Some things need to be sort of looked into, like a little bit. Oh, what is it? I set medication ready. Yeah, so it has to be exact, right? And you're doing that well. It's almost like, you know how you get some people in your workplace, right? Yeah, so it needs to be exact, right? So you get someone in your workplace that has it out for you, right? Has got it in for you. Might be someone that, I don't know, wants your shift and works in the day, but wants to work at night. Whoever it is, it looks like a female. And she's like kind of waiting for you to make a mistake. That makes some sense. So just making sure you get everything meticulously in order, which sounds like you do at 11 years, right? It'll be sad handing out pills to patients. Yeah, welcome to our reality. Wouldn't it be great? Entertainment purposes only, that we have an apothecary, like a herbalist that you just go to, and they are the doctor. You know what I mean? Like back in the day. Entertainment purposes only. I have to say that now. So this is me rebuilding my channel and realizing that there are limitations, and you can't just sort of, not that I was just saying everything that I wanted to say back on the old one, but it just came down to accuracy. Don't be too accurate. What? I think someone wants to get something on me. Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's what you're feeling, or my feeling. It's what your feeling is. Someone is waiting and watching you, and they're going, I hope that Arno makes a mistake, because I'm going to go straight away to the supervisor and tell him that he's been signing the medication form wrong. And look, he's been doing this for blah, 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 blah. It feels like when you get the medication and the sticky labels, and there's something that's in a vial and you put the sticker around it, just make sure you're filling out everything right. Okay? I feel like this person is, I don't know, a breezy blow-in. So, don't worry about it. Okay? Your success and growth is admirable, and you're an asset to the company. It's just that someone there. This is just like, you get these warnings from spirit. Just go, it's perfect what you're thinking. I think someone wants to get something on me. Yeah, that's what they want. Just so being aware of it. Yeah. But it's so silly because, like, I worked in disability support. Oh my God. It's just like, I just constantly had people just say, she did this and she did that, just because they didn't like what I look like. Maybe I was more educated than them. It's just a nasty, nasty thing. Tall poppy syndrome, yeah. Damn, someone wants to mess you up and get your position. I don't think this person really matters that much. They just want to, that's their way of getting success, is to step on other people. You know what I mean? What sort of world do we live in? A lot of people get ahead like that. Let's be honest. That's how a lot of people get ahead. It's very sad. But in a parasitic system, it's kind of that telling on people and dobbing on people and siding up to the manager or supervisor is seen as the norm. And that's why I want to go into business by myself. Damn. Okay. Not the first time. And they all dig in the ground. Yeah. Never works. Never hurts. Just said people think like that. They do. They think like that. So that's it. It feels like just keep on going along like you're going to do, like you're going and doing. There will come a time where you go and build up a bit of a practice, so you may have to change your times and stuff like that, but you've been an asset to that place, so they're going to just look at these people. You're lucky that you're in a workplace that's like that, because a lot of places would look at that lady and go, oh well, isn't she good, she's being a diligent worker, and she's literally dobbing on someone who's a good worker too, but because she wants to get ahead. You know what I mean? It's just nasty. People want your position. They will, yeah. What does Angie say? They will do the wrong thing by you. And I want to say there's a bit of a theme here, okay? With Julia before, when she was talking about, why people are doing this, blah, blah, blah. Because, I'm sure actually most of us here in the chat, just because we're, just amazing, all of us high five, right? We shine very bright, right? And if you shone very bright, you'll get these types that come out. How to deal with them, right, is the thing. Like, I don't deal with them very well. I thought about, if I ever get bullied in the workplace again, what would I do? I'd probably use my intuition and like ring up the supervisor and try and jump in before that person has done it. I've had people steal my shifts because I get the Sundays, I get really good days, and the manager likes me, and then it's just unbelievable play. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Sad. Said equals sad. Yeah. Very magical. Yes. So, but let's look. Arno's on the right. You're on the right course. What you're doing, and you're very strategic yourself. So that's a really good asset to actually have. It's like we can learn from people that are like that, that are very strategic and like to play people like chess games. So I learned like, okay, I can already see the move that these people are going to make based on power and control. What would I do if I was a narcissist? What does it feel like? Blah. Don't stay in the energy too long. It's really sickening. But what would I do if I was that type of person? And that's how you can read their mind, you can be in their energy, and you can actually plot what they'll do next. And most usually you are absolutely correct. And they're not very creative with the way that they do things. It's pretty much part and parcel what someone would do. Go and dob on the manager and say that they did this thing wrong. Like, get a brain. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so let's do some what's happening at the moment energetically overall. This is going to sound really out there, but just like I did in telepathy, I'll just go ahead and say it. There is a galactic fleet heading into our quadrant of space that will besiege the Empire. I'm just going to go with what I used to do in telepathy, remember? This is what's happening now. There's a fleet of ships that are entering this quadrant and they will besiege the territory. So I can say, am I getting this from the higher benevolent energies? Yes. And it feels like we're all co-creating this reality. And I'm not sure about the whole false alien thing, right? Okay, so I'm just going to say what I said before. It feels and they look like Nordics to me. And you know what? I'm actually got some other deck of cards. 1 second. See, I can just go over here. Lucky I'm wearing pants, guys. You know, from the zoom up, that's all you see, right? So I've got these cards. These are from Lisa Thompson. She's the Wisdom of the Galactics. I've got them in Hawaii, and it's a really cute little oracle deck, but they've got all the galactics in here, right? It feels like, you know how we said, Angie, the solar flares are here, right? And we've got all this new energy. I did not expect that, what just came through now. There's a galactic fleet here. And who are they and what do they want and what is it about? There is a emissary of fleets. I can see Lyran because I can see a Lyran being, and I can see what looks like a Nordic shaking hands. Are they Nordics or not? Andromedan is the energy, and freedom is the word that's jumping out at me. Freedom. Freedom from... got that Pleiadian too. Got the Nordics. See the Nordics coming in? It's got Pleiadian there. Great Spirit. Is this anything to do with the false alien thing? No. It's a counter attack. There is a battle for Mother Earth, and this is for entertainment purposes only because one of those videos got deleted for me saying that one very thing. There is a full-on galactic battle up there, right? It plays down on this planet. And it's the Nordics, Pleiadians, and I've got the Agathans because I've been picking up about the Agathans and whether we'll be seeing them. These are the beings that live in the middle of the planet. Yes, there is an inner Earth. I won't say anything about flat Earth, but I'll tell you about the inner Earth because just like the TARDIS, based on physics, there are openings, and when you're inside, it's a lot larger and bigger, and they have their own Helios. So that's the Helios. It's like their own sun inside. Okay, after talking to the Agathans in my telepathy, incredibly spiritually elevated beings. right? So we're going into woo-woo right now. Who knew that this was going to happen? The galactics are coming in, and I feel a bit more about that. I want to talk a bit more about that. Tell me a bit more. We are bringing growth into places that need growth, and we are trading, and it is going to be, what is the seat of contention right now with the current government people and the ones that are higher evolved? And I can see Venus, the planet Venus, Andromedan. I like to say Andromedan because that's what they like to say. Lyrans and other galactic emissaries, is that the government is still holding on. You know how they use, we won't have anyone coming into our planet because it's going to make the public have an outcry, etc., etc. That is the seat of contention, and that is what is the negotiations and the contracts are working their way out of, right? How are they going to work their way out of? With the ships that are in the sky, if we show ourselves, and they've seen it on the timeline, because this is the trickery. How interesting is this? That they'll put out there in the media, right? That it's like false alien, etc., etc. But there is actually, it's the opposite. It's that we will show ourselves in the sky. We will show our ships in the sky, and we can say that there is a failing of this administration, and that we want to bring fruitful promise. I never use those words. Fruitful promise to the inhabitants of Earth. And who are you exactly? Pleiadian, Nordics, and we're looking at higher dimensional, because, you know, I just want to make sure it's not V2K. Is it higher dimensional? Is it high dimensional, this energy? Are you just jumping in? Yeah. Not really sure now. Is it false alien? Oh, God. It's like we go from, you know how we're going through the black and white kind of thing right now. It's like we can't really say that all is black and all is white, all is black hats, all is white hats, if you know what I'm trying to say here. It's like we've got a bit of both, because the thing is, I picked up on this, that the certain people and certain factions are wanting to jump ship because they know where it's headed in regards to the earth and people waking up. What's this? Shine bright like a diamond rainbow. Something like that, seal collar. And I try to get the herbal consciousness into people, but they are all sovereign. You know, some of these people just want pills. Yeah, it's true. Yes, especially the older generation. I heard a lady on the bus. I actually have to catch the bus because I don't have a car right now. And the lady on the bus was going, talking about her pills and everything like that. And it was like, I take this in the morning, I take this, this, and this, and this, and that. And I was just thinking, wow, imagine if she went to herbalist or a healer and what they would come out with, you know, that is just unbelievable, the thinking of that, you know. And I think it's around access, and I think it's mind control, actually. Yeah, mind control. That's what it is. Are we going to see a big shift on this planet? Because you're saying that there will be ships in the sky. So I think that's interesting, but I'm just like a little bit like, is this real? Is there going to be ships in the sky? Yes. So when? July, August, September, October. I wonder if it's more around the end of the year, like October. I wonder. I've been picking up on stuff like that this year, right? When I did the telepathy, there was always this thing on about, they call it the progression of ages, which is a global pole shift, right? but that's entertainment purposes only. Anyone who does talk about that, you'll see that they get their videos deleted and stuff like that. But you know, we're just hopping and skipping and jumping over it. The frequency fierce is coming down. The frequency fence is coming down. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Sorry, I'll go through worked in a nursing home for a year, but in the rehab, like walking into a people and not saying anything, but but you trigger a narcissist. Yes, James. You just have to be in the same room and they know it because they don't operate with kindness and they can feel it. Like I had a doctor say to me, he was very on. He goes, "You're too kind. Just the way you talk, you're too kind." He goes, "You need a bit more of a backbone so people don't come and take advantage." And it's true, you know. So I can learn from them by being a bit, you know, a bit tougher, I suppose. Yeah. We've had enough of these human controllers on Earth. Yeah. Are you implying sometimes when you're on camera you're not wearing pants? What? Surpassed. How did I miss all these messages? I've had night travels of traveling to inner Earth. Yes. I gave some crystals to Agathans. I got a feline black panther who brought me there. Yeah, wow. Agathans, I've had a few conversations with them. The frequency fence is coming down. So I saw that. They already are. Just some people just don't believe or don't see them. Yeah. Let's have a look a bit more about that. Because that was kind of interesting. I want to go straight into telepathy and remove from the cards. And we'll just go into the highest galactic high dimensional. I'm just going to put a shield around me. Can we talk to the one that gave me the message now? Cosmic Collective. Yes, I agree. You will see a frequency shift as you are gradually shifting into a higher timeline. It's not just a higher timeline, it is a higher dimension that has been foretold for many a millennia. The higher dimension is here. It is just a matter of where you place your consciousness and how you can see through the veil. Some people have seen through the veil like you for all of their lives, but many more are waking up to their very inner gifts of seeing into other dimensions. The thing is, all the other dimensions and all the other galactics are already here. It's just a matter of showing ourselves to the population so you can gather and gain from the freedom that will come from that. The freedom that will come will be higher technology that will be given into the hands of the human population. We are waiting in great fervor behind the scenes as this is all being negotiated by your lowly government. Your government has the handles on many things, but is not quick to let it go. The quick grasping of things are still in control, and we are working our way to have this be a smooth transition. Over and out. Smooth transition. I just wish I would just give it up. Whereas we're all waiting. How interesting is that? And one card for that, please. So this is nice. So we can hop skip around a bit so it doesn't have to be all telepathy on my part. You know, quite like the way that I'm rebuilding this. So a bit of card reading, a bit of telepathy coming through. It's so interesting that they're saying that they're already here. They are already here. Just some people don't believe or don't see them. Yeah, it's very interesting. Anchoring to the high dimensional frequency and lifting it all up. Yes, trying to lift it all up, just doing our best to be your most authentic selves. See, a lot of us, like, I know Angie personally and myself, and from what I get from Julia and Anchor, and Wizard Witkus, you're just your most authentic self, right? That in itself is just confuddling for like people that are narcissistic or choose to be of that lower frequency, because it literally is a lower frequency. And as healers, one of the biggest lessons that I've ever had just recently in the last relationship I had was trying to dim my light and lower my light so I could help someone else. Biggest false red alarm. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. It's self-sacrificial when you do that, you know. Because one of the biggest lessons that healers learn is not to save the drowning person there. Unless you throw a floating buoy at them and then they can help themselves out of the water. Because if you're going to go in there and save them, who do you think is going to drown? You, right? Because you'll get pulled down into the water with the drowning man or woman, right? Thinking that you're helping them. You need to teach them to help themselves. That's why they say, don't call yourself a healer. You'll facilitate that other person to empower themselves. There's no empowerment if I'm sacrificing myself for that person to help. It's just bizarre. Anyway, I got rid of that lesson. They are confused by your light. 100%, Chloe. Yeah. I wish I can share share that lesson so other people don't make the same mistake. I literally lost everything by doing what I did with that person, you know. And the people, they lie very well. They're really good lies. And I think it was almost like a challenge as being with a psychic medium, and you know what I mean? It's like we don't see everything. And in fact, we can get clouded if we're with someone. We get the wool pulled over our eyes because we're like thinking we're in love with them. We're thinking the best thing for them. And you know what I mean? Never again. Anyway, people don't look in the mirror. No, they don't. We're not really a society that sort of measures like frequency. Like we talk about frequency before, like be kind, be generous, be good to people, do a job that's going to fulfill you and it's going to better humanity. Like I always think about like doing a job, am I going to help people? Even if it's as simple as like customer service, like I'm at a petrol station, am I making that person's day better by my interaction? Or have I just set off like a domino effect and everyone's grumpy now? So I was really mean to that person and then they went to their car and they were really mean to their wife and then the wife had a really bad day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like people don't realize the butterfly effect and the ripple effect of just how you are in the world. That needs to shift that thinking, right? I love this show. We don't have to all do Oracle. I can just tell you about my perspective. That's why true healing comes from within you. You could heal somebody, but if they don't change, they'll just eventually get sick again. Look, that is so true. You can say, hey, what about this? What about that? And people will ask you, how can you help me? Like, I've got this entity and I've got that and I've got this. And you go, okay, do this, do that, do that. And they don't take your advice. They don't even, I'm not glad for your like intuitive insights about things. And, you know, that it's not the law of reciprocity where you're getting an energy exchange for that advice either. What is the point? You know what I mean? People are just going to do what they're going to do, and it's true. I'm going to put that up, right? So always leave a better place. Leave a place better than you found it. See, I feel like that's like what our ancestors taught us. And I have that as my own personal thing. Like I was staying with my friend before, so I vacuumed her room. I made it better. The whole room itself is like spick and span, cleaned inside all the cupboards and everything, and I made sure that we're left on good terms, and it was really nice. Some people don't live like that, and even you might stay with people and they're just really mean. And kick you out. It's like horrible. Because they don't have that inner value of like understanding that every action, and this is universal law, has an opposite reaction. We're not taught universal laws in the classroom. And I think we need to bring back LORE, like universal laws, because we're being so disconnected from that knowledge, right? And Rainbow says, I don't jump to helping doing things for someone. I've learnt to make them help themselves. Yeah. In proportion, of course, even in the elderly home. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. Even otherwise, some just use you as a slave. Yeah. Karma. Yeah. Every action has an opposite reaction, right? I was listening to Alison Dubois. She's a lovely, amazing medium. She used to have a show called Medium. It's such a cool show. She came to Australia recently. And she was basically saying where you're not allowed people that unalive other people, right? Because you can't use certain terms in the comments and stuff, right? We'll call them illiterate, those type of people, right? I don't think I said it, but you could understand what I was saying. When they pass and they actually go to a separate dimension. They go to a dimension that is of a lower frequency because that's their frequency. If you're going to run and have your life where you're doing that to people, you go to a lower place. That's just how it is. Or you you have a choice whether you want to be obliterated. That's also another thing she didn't talk about because I've seen that as well, is that the dark will come and just obliterate itself. You know what I mean? Or if you want to take your skills and your knowledge and all the good things, right? With boundaries are also really important, and discernment and those skill sets, right? Teaching others, helping to create a beautiful community and place on this planet, right? Then you'll, go to a better place. That just feels natural to me, right? Yeah. Everything's energy and energy tries to balance out. Yes, that's right. She's amazing, Alice. Yeah, she's amazing. All right, so I'm going to leave that. Got the last card. It's Blue Avian. Just means expansion. And yeah, they deal with the sort of overruling of the planet, the avians. They're sort of above a few other galactics, working in the councils, higher councils is what I get. Everything is coming in its rightful time, space, and order. I think there's a lot of people kind of anticipating that whole thing that I talked about earlier. But from what I gather in that was it's going to happen. It actually is on the cards to happen. And I feel, just use our intuition. Feel like it will be positive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can only see positivity there. Yeah, feels right to me. Yeah. Okay, I think that's about it. Gone 11 minutes over. It was great talking to everyone. I'm going to try and do this on the regular. And so we've got some guidance and we can just talk about things like the way I've been talking today. I love it. Maybe if I don't feel like doing tarot, I can do just like whatever comes through telepathically. That was kind of very interesting what came through. I didn't expect that about galactic ships. In our quadrant. They like to call Earth, the cosmic collective. They say that we live in a part of the galaxy called the quadrant, like the fourth quadrant. Yeah, so they use that word again, the quadrant, and this part of the quadrant. The water in me knows the water in you. Telepathy is not ascending. Let's see what he says. Let's put it here. The water in me knows the water in you. Telepathy is not ascending out of ripples. It is already there. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Rainbow Flame Wizard. Hey, Rainbow, was your name Flame Wizard now? You've added to it. That's cool. Thank you very much. You got the wizard. You guys are all wizards. Hey, Wizard Club. Hey, thank you for being you and safe travels. Oh, thank you, James. And same to you. Night to you as well, Aussie Angie. Thank you, Rainbow Flame. Stay awesome, everyone. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.